Hey Ratbags, how you doing? It's Jade. Today, 7 Days to Die 1.0 Xbox and PlayStation release, the differences and changes to skills, everything you need to know about perk books, skill magazines, and how to basically unlock brand new items, gear, and increase your crafting skill. It's no messing around, let's get straight into it. The old version that you're seeing right now used to be just pretty much do a certain action, get XP in that, and then you can go ahead and use them skill points to buy extra perks. Some of the perks were more points than others, and basically the more you did, the more you got. So the more using a certain gun, certain tool, the more XP you gained within that individual perk or skill. But that has changed now in the 1.0 version.
Hey,
it's been simplified
giving you a lowdown
in a
today
way,
on
but
skills,
also made more of a reliance
and
on finding
you
the
unlock
perk
stuff
books as
in
well as skill
7 Days to Die
magazines.
1.0.
Now you don't individually level up things that give you experience in different types of actions. Instead, it's all just generalized. You still gain experience by doing the same kind of stuff. So every time you kill zombies, you can see you've got plenty of experience. 600 from killing this crawler, nearly 1200 from killing this lumberjack. Bearing in mind, I have my settings up to 150% extra XP. You gain XP from harvesting trees, you get more XP from using a good axe on a tree than you do from using a bad tool on the ground. If you go ahead and dig into a ore, you're going to get more XP than you will just digging into the ground. You'll gain XP by upgrading or repairing blocks, harvesting or salvaging blocks, as well as trading with traders and completing the new challenges. For traders, you'll get XP for each part of the mission. So digging up treasure, getting to it and actually finding it, that will give you some XP because you gain XP from looting anyway. Then making it back and completing that mission will give you more XP as well as obviously rewards. And yep, looting gives you XP as well. So this is all generalistic. It then goes into your experience levels. You then gain a point that you can go ahead and put into one of your 5 attribute skills. Perception governs things like how good you're going to be in combat. So perception gives you access to 3 specific groups of perks. Combat perks, general perception perks and scavenging perks. With combat, you're going to do more damage and be able to stun creatures with powerful attacks. You'll also do more damage with spears, explosives, and do more damage with rifles. You'll take less damage from traps, you'll be able to hunt creatures better, and you'll also be able to shoot through different enemies' armor more effectively. Perception also helps the different types of loot that you'll find, giving you more, an increase in your treasure hunting skills, as well as the items that you salvage. Strength increases the amount of damage you do with shotguns, as well as big hammers, how much you can carry, better armor, as well as getting more benefits from cooking. It also gives you more increases in skills to do with mining, as well as the amount of resources that you can get. The combat perks rely on getting more out of your shotguns, being able to blow different limbs off and reload faster. You'll use clubs, bats and sledgehammers more reliably, being able to stun and really do a lot more damage. You can utilise heavy armour, being able to carry more and make better foods that give you more buffs. You increase the damage that your tools do, but also get more resources each time you harvest. Fortitude will increase what damage you do unarmed combat, as well as using machine guns and having the ability to get more meat and bones from hunting creatures. You'll be able to take on heat and cold better, be able to take more hits and be able to get more crops while scavenging. Fortitude also governs your healing, how much your gut can resist infections and giving you more stamina. Want to be better with your bow and arrow? Then put points into agility. Also good for smaller guns like handguns, SMGs, as well as pistol crafting. You'll become a knife man, utilising knives and machetes to make enemies bleed, but also helps with running and gunning hip firing, as well as specialising in lighter armour and being able to jump further and move around a lot quicker. Agility also governs your stealth abilities so that you can sneak past enemies more and do more critical damage without making noise. And then finally, intellect. This is what you're going to be using if you want to stun your enemies with batons, get into robotics, get better deals with traders and get more rewards from completing challenges. Particularly good for multiplayer, playing with your friends. You'll also give them boosts and buffs in combat, and you do a lot more with medicine and health items, utilising them effectively. You'll get access to workbenches, electrical items, and be able to craft stuff faster. If you want to unlock more vehicles, this is what you need to put some points into, as well as being able to lockpick efficiently better too. So there's over 300 levels that you'll be able to eventually unlock points to put into whatever you want. So if you see something grayed out, well, you obviously need to put it in the header, one of the 5 attributes first, to unlock the grayed out ones. And yes, if you die, you've got a chance of losing some of your XP, meaning that you're not going to be able to gain more levels quicker. So your level points unlock one of the 5 attribute main skills, and that increases overall the different levels and perks that you'll be able to access. And you can see some of these are going to require certain levels. So quick jab here, only needed 2 in the actual fortitude. If I want the haymaker, I'm probably going to need 4 points in fortitude. So that's experience. Let's talk about the skill books and the crafting skills. Pretty much all of these perks that you find that you can gain under the book heading, these are distinctly different from the ones that you can get from just leveling up your XP. They rely on finding different volumes of the same book, and once you get all 7 volumes of a book series, you get usually a big reward, like this one for the art of mining. Get all 7 copies, I'll gain 20% more ore mining. So these books will be scattered all around the world as you go and loot. Then crafting skills. You would assume that maybe this was like the old system. The more you make and use things like hammers or axes, the more that your stone tools will potentially get better and stronger. But nope, it is related exactly to reading lots of different magazines. So the more of these crafting skill magazines you read, the better the quality of items you'll be able to craft. And some tools and sets are stuck behind reading a certain amount of magazines. So you can see here, I'm not going to be able to make iron tools until I've read 11 of the Tools Digest book. So I'll go ahead and use these up. And there you can see, I'll be able to go ahead and craft iron tools. When you level up, you don't just unlock new tool sets or new gear, you also increase the quality of your items, meaning they've got more durability and do more damage. So books and magazines become massively important now. Like sure, you might be able to find certain tools and advanced items that you can go ahead and use, but it might not be until you've read the magazines to get your skill level up that you go ahead and craft and make stuff. So to be able to craft the auger, I'm going to need my harvesting tool level to be 61. So it might feel pretty aimless and like how are you meant to find so many of these particular type of magazines? Well, that's where you need to put your points into your attributes, because that gives or increases the chance of finding the right magazines. And this is self-explanatory. It tells you this whenever you go ahead and look at the skill magazines. It will tell you what attribute perk you should put some points into to increase the chances of finding that magazine. So if I want to increase the quality of the tools that I'm making and be able to unlock more tools, then I carry on reading Tools Digest, and to find more of their magazines, I have to put some points and perks into -69. That will increase my odds of finding more of the magazines I need to go ahead and get more of the levels needed in this skill. So keep checking to see if you've got any points available. Make sure that you're always looking at your quests, but more importantly now the challenges, and that anything green you go ahead and redeem. Last little tip with this, the more magazines you come across, that will also increase the chances of finding the specific skill books and being able to find the volumes you need. Once you've maxed out and got all of the magazines, you won't get that same magazine again. And it doesn't increase the amount of loot that you find or the chances of finding the books when you put your points into the skills or the attributes. Instead, it just gives you more of a chance of finding that particular magazine instead of something else. Now, there are exceptions. If you find schematics, that might give you the recipe for an item, so you won't necessarily need to level up using the magazines to maybe craft and find that item. Also, some things you can craft even not knowing that skill, as long as you have exactly all the right components. So things like vehicles you will be able to assemble as long as you've got completely the right components, like a chassis, either the tyres, the battery, etc., to make maybe a mini bike. What reading the magazines does is it unlocks the ability to craft them components in case you can't find any, and slowly make your way up the different tiers of vehicles. It looks, I think, to be the case that you can still find a elixir that you can buy from traders, Grandpa's Forgotten elixir, which will reset all of your skill points. So basically, if you want to respec and mix it up a little bit, you can buy one of these. Obviously there might be certain strats to get more XP quicker, or what ones you should really focus on. That's going to be coming in a separate video, but I really wanted to nail down the basics. But ultimately, make sure that you've always got some sort of quest from the traders. Make sure that you're redeeming your challenges. Go ahead when you're doing these quests, kill lots of zombies on the way, don't just rush it, and make sure that you complete them. That's the crucial bit where you might miss out on XP if you keep dying on the way back to the trader to say that you've done the job. Please go and check out the rest of my guides that I'm working on. I've already done a vehicle one. I'm going to be doing one talking about all the different types of guns and weapons that you can now get, as well as all the different armor sets. Got any questions? Let me know in the comment section down below, and good luck finding all of them books and making sure that you're paying attention to what you want to really make your build and achieve. Until next time, Ratbags, I'll catch you later.